Hello dear student. In today's lecture, we will learn about web form controls. There are so many web form controls and we are going to learn the server web form control. Now, first web form control that we are going to learn, that is about the text box. Now, what is a text box? Text box, it is a one text area, text field, and within that text field, user can enter their data. That is the use of the text box. Now just in this picture you can see this is a text box and we can set different properties within that text box. Now we will learn one by one how to use the different properties within a text box. So first of all, let's see some theoretical content of this text box. Now text box, just I told you that you have to enter some data and that data will be passed for processing to the server. So this is one user input control where the user can enter data and that data will be processed. So text box, when it is created, when you just drag that text box in a Visual Studio IDE, then it create at the back end this source code. So ASP colon text box ID. For the first text box, it will create a by default ID as a text box 1 and run at server, as this is a server control. So there are the server control, client control. Among that we are going to learn the server web controls. Means what? This web control or this text box tool that will be run at the server side. Right now we are using this ID which will be having the server as well as the client, so everything will be run as in a local environment. Now for closing this ASP, so this is a closed tag and text box will be get closed. These are some properties of text box. Now these properties we have to set, and through the UI we can set different properties. Now the first property you can see here, it is an access key where you can provide the keyboard shortcut to access that particular text box in web browser. When you run that particular web browser, tab index, it shows the tab order of that particular control. We will see practically how exactly it works. Back color, it is used to set the background color. Border color for setting border color. Border width we can set. Font we can design that which type of font when the user enter, whether it is a Times New Roman or Arial or any another font. For color, the text color we can set. The text content that you can also write, so that will be a by default text content. You can edit later. Tooltip, that when our mouse will move over that particular text field or the text box, then how exactly it will look. Visibility, whether it should visible on the web browser or not. Height and width, it will specify the height of that particular text box. Width means width of the text box. Maximum length you can define. Read only function will give that whether the particular text box is only for the read, or we can edit the content of the text box. Normally this read only should be the false one. Now we will see that coding part. And so this is one example. Here you can see in this example the text box is here. The text box ID is username. You can change the text box ID also. By default is the text box 1 and the run at server. First of all, I will show you its a UI, how exactly it looks. This is a text box, username, this is a label that we are going to learn in the next video, and submit, this is the button. Now here you can enter some name of the user and you have to submit the data. And these are the property window. In that we can set different properties of every tool or every web form control, web form server control. Now this is the code behind that automatically get generated when we are dragging any tool from the toolbox and when we are creating any ASPX page. Now let's go to the practical part. Here you can see this is the webform 2.aspx, and here I just drag one text box. You can see automatically ASP colon text box hash text box 1. This is the name ID of that particular text box. This is a design view. I dragged one button as well. The button part we will see it later. So just focus on text box and the source. Now this is a source, so the code will be get generated. So this is the basic code of ASPX, and when I drag any tool, then the code related to that particular tool get generated at the backend. You can see here textbox ID is textbox1, run at server, access key A. I set some properties, that's why this part has been added. Now what we will do, let's add another text box. So I will show you text box. Go to the toolbox. Now you can see here toolbox, this is at the left side. Even in the view you can get the toolbox from here. Suppose on your Windows Visual Studio, if you can't find that toolbox, then go to the view part. So different explorer you can find over here. So you can click on this toolbox, and that toolbox will be visible on this window. So just go to toolbox, and here I need a text box. So these are the different tools that are available. Text box, okay, this is a text box. I'm just dragging that text box. See, this is a text box. So I'm just increasing its size. You can see this is in a pixel, 323 pixel, 319 pixel, and 61 pixel. What does it mean? 319, 319, this is in a width, and 63, this is in a height. So ASP colon text box. Now you can see hash text box 2. Now this is a text box 2 has been added. If just go to the source part, see here. In a source part, you will see another one text box ID text box 2 has been generated. Run at server, height 63 pixel, and width is a 325 pixel, and closing this ASP text box property. Now in this way, backend automatically that text box code generated. These are the default properties. With these properties, your text box created. Now I want to set some different properties which are given in this Visual Studio Control. So what I have to do, just go to design part, then here even you can right click and you can go to the properties, or here the property window is over here. Now in this I should select, you will find out different components over there. Form, within the form, button 1, text box 1, and text box 2. Now tell me which text box property we have to set. Text box 2. Okay, so I'm dragging over here text. So you can see the different properties of text box. Okay, I'm closing this output window. Okay, I think you can, this is the visible one. Okay, right now I think this is visible one. So this is text box 2. Here you can see this system.web.ui.webcontrols.textbox. So text box, it is inheriting the property of these classes. So your base class system, web inherits system class, UI inherits web class, web control inherit UI class, and text box inherit all these properties of all these base classes, parent classes. Now let's see accessibility, access key. Suppose I set access key as an let's take P as an access key. So what will happen? Let's take small p. When I run this code in the browser and I press Alt P, automatically the control of mouse will be go to that particular text box 2, to that particular web control. That is the use of access key. So it is called as a short key. Its information is shown here. You can read from here. Keyboard shortcut used by the control. Then tab index, it will show the first index. When I press a tab key, first of all it goes to that particular text box. Then back color, you can see the back color from here. Suppose I take back color this one, say okay. So see, the back color has been changed. So border color, suppose I want to set border color dark one. Okay, so border color has been set. Let's change some front color, front one. Okay, So this is text box 2. Border style you can set here, suppose solid. If I take, it will look as a solid. If I set a border as a fourth pixel border has been set. You can see some changes in this UI. Column CSS class. If suppose you have written some code of the CSS, you can then write down the CSS class over here. Font, you can set the font and the font colors. Italic if you want. Bold, suppose I want a bold, then set true. I want italic, then take true. Overline, underline, it is possible. Underline, suppose true. And the fore color, I want a fore color as in suppose this color. Okay. Now these are the behaviors. Text, even I can specify the text. Suppose I specify the text as a TYIT. Then see, you can see here TYIT. Then behavior, autocomplete type, none. Autocomplete type, when you feel that particular, when you open the browser, then it will try to automatically complete the data by as an email or the first name or the gender. Then auto post back, automatically it will post that data to the server once you modify the text. So it will not see, or it will not wait for the button that you should click. So mostly set as in a false. Validation set as in a false also. Client ID enabled. Suppose I this one set as in a false, then that text box will be appear and you cannot modify anything. So if you set as in a false, so set it as in a true, then you can edit the content. Enable theming, view state true. Maximum length, so here you can specify the length up to what length you want the data. Read only false means you can edit the content. If I set true, then the data is read only. Mostly set the false. Then it's another important property that is in a text mode. In text mode, suppose I set multi-line, then multiple lines you can write. It will look in a multi-line data. Single line, by default it is a single line. Then suppose here you want to set this data type as a number, range, month, date. So depending on your data, you can specify the type also. Then validation group tooltip, here you can specify the tool. This is for TYIT class, like that. So you can specify what exactly it should contain. This will be an help information for the user. The next one for the validations and the view state. Visible true, then it will be appear on the web browser. Otherwise, if I set it false, then nothing will be appear on the web browser. So set it as a true, and then you can see data. If suppose you have binded something to the data source, then here you have to specify. Right now we are not talking about the data. Layout, you can see here height, width, and wrap the text, you know the property from the office. And the miscellaneous, this is an ID. Text box 2 is an ID. So you can see here these are the different properties you can set. Let's run this program. So how to run it? Just go to this web form 2 and you can see view in a browser. So click on the view in browser. So you will see the output in browser. Even from the IS Express, just click on it, it will show output. So it will take some time. See, you can see here HTTPS localhost 44369, it is a port number, and webform2.aspx. See, the first text box I have created earlier. This is the second one. Now, which one? We have taken P as an access key. So I'm pressing Alt. Okay, suppose you set this property visible as in a false. then let's see what will happen.